Welcome to the Wing Chun Museum One Wind Dummy series. This is the fourth series. I have done the sitting down something beauty. This is the part 2 of the Yip Man Mo and Zong series. Part 2 began at section 5 and finished at the section 8. In the later part of the Mo and Zong contain a lot of Wing Chun kicking methods, including sweeping, the right angles, the combinations, and so forth. I'm sure you enjoy it. Next, I'd like to demonstrate each sections with the right energy, the right angle, with the applications. But before that, I'd like to introduce my assistants. First, Savvy, JK, and James. Section 5. Okay, now we're on section 5. This is the pole pie section. Okay, the first pole pie is Quan, pole pie. Bong, pole pie. Ganzang, pole pie. Bong, pole pie. Finish. So in a previous section, we have a horizontal pole pie. In section 5, the pole pie is always vertical pole pie. Then you repeat the same on the other side. Hyun, Quan, pole pie. Bong, pole pie. Ganzang, pole pie. Bong, pole pie. So remember, important thing about this section, you got to be able to express the proper energy on the dummy. I mentioned it previously that the pole pie begin after you make contact. Okay, for example, after my hands connects, then I exert the energy rather than going 1 and 2. So if I go 1, boom, this is more like a strike rather than a push. I want to be able to make contact, then exert the full energy. So this is after you have the right angles, connection, then you can really send him flying away. Okay, now let's see some of the applications for Popeye in section 5. Jut, Jut, Hyun. Okay? Now again, this is technique already expressed in the previous levels. Jut is introduced in Silim Tao, the vertical. This horizontal jut is expressed in Biuji. Right away you can see this juts out, follow up with a chop. Or if he comes again, they allow you to be able to really take advantage. Because they're a close range technique, it follows logically that we have all this Popeye together in section 5. The first sequence is follow is Ganzam Popeye. Now this angle allow me to influence the center line, which is right here. And imagine I try to do Ganzam from here. His full energy is still coming towards me. You cannot do Popeye or try to really outmove somebody if you don't have a proper angle. So the angle you must have first. So now from here, I can do Popeye. So Popeye, you must get the right angles. Then make contact, then send him away. The first sequence of Popeye is Kwan after the Hyun and Opam. Okay, let's see the application. Kwan, again I'm in a good position. My hand can hit him, but his hand have to cross, which is not good for him. So this is number one. It proves I have a better face. Kwan. Second, his center is going away from me, where my center is going towards him. So after Kwan, then I can quickly change this into Popeye. Okay, the second Popeye comes from a Bong Sao Popeye. Okay, now in the position, again I have my upper gate covered. If I want more secure, I can control his hand. I'm in a perfect position to again send him flying. Before you do the Popeye, you have to be in the right angle. That means he's in a weak position. Then Popeye, you can really generate the power to send him. So now you've seen some of the Popeye application, right? Kwan Popeye, then Bong Popeye, then Ganzam Sao Popeye. One little detail is the Bong, because you have actually slight variation in the wind dummy set. Sao Popeye, and if he comes again, they change, the Bong Sao change to occupy the upper gate, then you cross him, then you're ready to exert your Popeye. If he don't come from this side, and you're already in a superior position in the first time with the Bong Sao, then this is already, the Bong Sao quickly capture his middle gate, then you can do Popeye from this side. So that's why you have Bong high hand or Bong low hand. This is all being practiced on the section 5 of the wind dummy. Section 6. Ganzam, 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 Bong, Tan, Chop, Pop, and Trot. Other side. Now this is interesting because you see there's like, it seems like extra steps and he kicks from the back foot. Now in teaching this part about the kicking, it's not about, okay, now you learn front foot kick and then now you learn back foot kick. Really this you don't need to teach. The idea is that you have to learn how to capture the angle from the front, the side. So now section 6 kicking teach you an angle from the back where you can still apply this kick. Okay, so you see again you have many angles. This is one of the key components for you to be able to use Wing Chun for applications. Section 6 begin with Ganzang, and then it follow a whole sequence of fast hand. So Wing Chun, when you have such a short distance, you need fast combination. But this sequence teach you not about fast hands, but it's really trapping technique. The first combo, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. Bong or Quan, tan then trap. Bong or Quan, tan then trap. Again, you put all this knowledge together. In order to trap somebody, you have to have control of his center and facing. Here you see my center is totally free and his center is crossed. So this is a trap. But again, we explained the sequence from dummy. From here, the next move is here. You see his center line's been destroyed. He's leaning this way and I'm coming in. So again, I have such a powerful strike. It's because my angle is correct. So Wing Chun always use a smarter way. Our next sequence, right? The tan and trap. Again, tan. So this sequence of a lot of people like to do real fast in these sections, which means that you understand really the function of this section is be able to quickly trap your hand, tie them up. Again, tan. So this section 6 is our third sequence of kicks. In section 4, we already introduced the stomp kick. But section 4, the stomp kicks, you can either stop him with the front in terms of directions, or you come to a side directions. So this is introduced in section 4. So why do we have a section that kick with the back foot? It's not important you kick with the front foot or the back foot. Okay, the teaching is that you have the third angle to apply these kicks. Front, side, back. Front, side, back. In the hitting kick or Mo Ying Ge of Wing Chun, you have to see which angle allow you to apply this kick, which is really the front, the side, and behind your opponents. So in section 6, when you represent the back, it also represents your behind your opponents. Let's see from this angle again. Front, side, back. Front, side, back. Okay? So again, this allows me to totally destroy his balance. I have a superior position, superior angle, and be able to apply Mo Ying Ge. Again, Mo Ying Ge is a shadowless kick. It's a kick that you feel, not the kick that you see. Section 7. Finger, one girl. Finger, one girl. Sweep. Or soul girl. Now you see this section have 3 kicking techniques. One is front foot kick with the stomp, then front foot kick with the side kick. Then you have a sweeping kick called soul girl. In section 7 and 8, you have a lot of kicking techniques. First kick is 顶脚 or hitting kick, which you've seen in the previous section. This tells you the most direct line. If somebody made a mistake, come in with the opening, then you can just take advantage of his center line. Okay. Now you notice what I did after I kick. Here I still have distance. Especially if I really connected, he probably going to go backwards. So when I step down, I have to be able to maintain that distance. So it's a step down and be able to maintain that proper positions. We train how to follow up with a step or could be follow up with a kick. So it would be something like this. Okay, that would be a variation. So you kick and come down with a step, follow up, because you cannot have a strong hand technique if you don't come down first. Or you could come down with a kick, then we adjust again. So you can see this is very practical for self-defense. The last part of this series, you have what we call sweep. In Jiu-Jitsu, we have a sweeping motion. In order to sweep somebody, we must do one thing: center line domination. So for example, today I want to sweep him. What is wrong in this position? We are even. So in other words, actually JK can also sweep me too. Yeah. See, this is not center line domination. So in a wooden dummy, we parry, sweep, and this control the upper gate so I can destroy his balance before I sweep. So the real application would be, from here I must destroy his center line. Dan, can you sweep me? Yeah. Okay, this is the movement when you get to here or here. Okay? So you must affect his center line. So let's look at the angle again. One, or even here. Okay, but I have to have control in center line. So in a form, you either go for the center line in the middle gate or the upper gate. Okay, section 8. So this is the last sequence in the Zong. So Sefi, let's go through it. Low bong, tan. Low bong, tan, palm strike. Bong. In section 7, we have 3 sets of kicks or legs. Okay, in section 8, we have 4. This is the first one. It's lap, pull, and sweep. Lap, pull, sweep. This is the second series of kick in section 8. Wrong bong sao, hei girl. This means that if you bong inside, then you can actually attack the lower gate. Gan sao, tok sao, gam sao, pak sao, and kick. This sequence here is side step or stepping and kick. Gam sao, stepping and kick. Gan zam sao. Gan zam with a sweep. Gan zam with a sweep. And this is 3 motion in 1. Again, express the completeness, the unity of Wing Chun. This is the last movement. Now, for Wing Chun to be effective, first it began with center line, which is basically what you try to train in the Silim Tao level. Then once you have the footwork, give you the movement to find the right angle. You see, my center is not influenced, I'm maintained, but he's redirected, then I don't need to move. Then from here, again, all the options on me. Now sometimes we don't always stand still, but when we move with a purpose. That means we get a superior angle. So will be an example of the same movement, but this time I'm not going to hold my ground. Okay, now you see this part I move, but still I have the upper gate. I still have contact controlling the middle gate, and then I'm in a superior position with the lower gate. So again, you see, you gotta know when to move, when not to move. If I move, it's to capture a better angle. If I don't move, then I better redirect his energy. But now I get the same results. So you see the section 8 began with 1, 2, 3. So when you're changing side or when you're maintaining the center, you have those two options. Redirecting energy, maintaining your center, or if you move, is to capture a superior angle. So if you have a superior center with the right angle, then you move less and your opponents always have to move more. So again, we use the sequence from the dummy. So right now, I didn't really move anything. My center is maintained, I control his lower gates, and again his center is crossed. It took no energy for me to really move him. So in application, you can see the effectiveness of Wing Chun is not about faster and stronger. It's about having a superior angle, but in order to do that, you gotta maintain your center first. So for this movement, you're not shifting. It expresses that you still have your own center line. Okay, but at the same time, we go side to side. Okay, because in a situation that we are applying real techniques, sometimes you have to move to apply the superior angle. That's the movement part of this series here. Okay, a lot of people say Wing Chun, we don't use a lot of kicks. This is not true. See, not only we have a lot of kicks, but it's simple and effective. It's a different way to use something very simple and effective. Not only we have kicks, we have a lot of sweep. So this is another variation of a sweep. Bong, lop, sweep. Bong, lop, sweep. One, lop, and sweep. Okay? One, lop, and sweep. This will be an example where I'm maintaining my center, or sometimes I can use more movements where I don't necessarily have to always catch with a bong sao or quan sao. Okay. Somehow, if I already see his hand extended, okay, this allows me to again use the lock and sweep. Now in practice, you feel the energy, but it's very hard for someone to see the energy. It's one hand is pulling, and my foot is pushing. So you have one pull and one push. So the energy on the dummy is the opposite. Just like in Silim Tao, you have how I explain, you have a pulling and pushing type of energy. Again, this is more efficient. Okay, the next series is follow with another kick. We have a saying called bong cho sao hei girl. If you bong the wrong hand, then you better use your legs. Now, what is the wrong hand? You see, right now, actually, we have kind of same chance of hitting each other. He can punch me here, I can hit him here. But in Wing Chun, we don't want to be fair in a fight. It's life and death. You have to have a superior position, give you a better angle, because this is about reality. So from here, if I are in the inside hand bong, this is called bong toss out, because here I have a better angle. I can do a couple of things. One, I can move to create a better angle, or I can simultaneously take advantage of your slow gait. Okay, let's see the right angle, what the Section 8 Bong Cho Sao Hei Gua try to teach us. Again, JT punches. So this allows me quickly recover my bad position into where it turned into a weak position into a strong position. Again, watch slower. If I stay here, then it's whoever is faster wins, right? He could be very fast and okay. Or I could hit him too. So this is even. I want to be in a position where I can hit him or he cannot hit me. So you must adjust your angle. So even if you do the bong sao on the inside, doesn't mean that you're gonna get hit right away. So that's why this helps you to recover that bad position. Bong sao sao hey girl. You see this position here allow me quickly be able to recover the inside wrong bong sao. A series of combination of tok sao and gum sao. This expresses that you are going for the elbows for the top, and you're going for the thigh or the hip to stop a knee, or they try to kick you when you close range. Okay, so you have this combination here. 1, 2, 3. So the top going up, gum press going down. For example, okay, this is the most natural. Okay, you cannot go to the hands. If you go for the hands, then again, you don't have any advantage here. Or you say, okay, maybe I just punch him, well, then he push you or choke you at the same time. So you have to go to a position where you again control his arm. Okay, in order to control the arm is the elbow here. So, again, you can uproot him, destroy his center, follow up with a counter strike. Now, what about the gum sao? Could be a scenario where we already into grappling range. Suddenly he pulled me, tried to destroy my balance, and then maybe he is in the process of using his legs. Okay, you have to be able to go for a point where you destroy his balance. It could be the hip. If he knees me, so this is the best you can do is maybe just cover yourself, because strength-wise, his leg is stronger than my hand. So you really have to go towards the base, okay, and allow you to change the angles. Okay, so obviously, quick recovery of this technique, right? You have to be able to maintain your center, get rid of their hands, and then gums out pressing. Right? So for example, from this angle, let's say JK already passed my guards, right? He comes in already in control. This is where grapplers would have the advantage. The same thing, they try to influence our center line, but this time it's more of an upper gate. So in this case, if I don't free this hand and I don't know what's going on, then next I could be getting hit with the knee, or I'd be going down on the floor. So you have to be quickly maintain your center and then get rid of his threat. Okay, if he attacks me again, okay, so this would be a quick situation where you take away his roots and protect yourself, both the upper gate and the gum sao for the lower gate attacks. Next we have hot and then the hitting kick. When you have distance, you still have the concept of loi lao, hui song. I'm over here and then suddenly he attacks me. I have to readjust. Okay, this is maintaining my position. I cannot just attack him from weak position. So this footwork is really loi lao. So even if I'm ready to face him, sometimes he comes in really strong, so you need to readjust. Maybe he kicks me this time, right? So you just readjust. But this is the loi lao part. Now, loi lao cannot always loi lao, because I cannot just keep going loi lao and loi lao. So you always have loi lao hui song. So this is basically is one action. Loi lao hui song. Loi lao hui song. So this is dealing with how do you adjust the different position, dealing with the incoming energy. So there is momentum coming at you. So this is when you absorb and send off. Wing Chun kicking, a lot of time is used to not just kick, but to destroy your opponent's center line. And the best way to do that is sweeping. In the previous section, we have a sweep that is from behind. We have a sweep that is really in front. The last part is gan zam sao, then this is express the sweep from the side. Again, in the previous section, we already demonstrated the sweep from the back. And then the lob sweep from the front. Okay, or opposite direction. As I'm pulling him one way and I'm sweeping his foot this way. Okay, The third one, which is the ganzamsu, expresses, let's say again he punches me, one sweep from the side. This is the position where the last sweep comes from, the side. The Wing Chun kicking is very extensive. You have kicks, you have footwork, you have balance, you have stepping and kicking same time, or kicking and stepping same time. And you can take your opponents down with a front sweep, the back sweep, and the side sweep. The last motion of this form express that Wing Chun is highly developed, that we can use both hands and both feet and be able to maintain simultaneous counter attack and maintaining body unity all in one action. As I mentioned before, ultimately the wooden dummy is apparatus for our Wing Chun system. Besides using different tools such as the pole, the knife, the sandbag, okay, there's also different methods you can practice. So we have a method called Da Hong Zong, hitting the empty dummy. So this is basically repeating the combination, the sequence, but without the wooden dummy. This method helps the student to develop sense of flow, combinations, and reinforcing the memories so he can be able to react without having to think about the sequence. So Savvy is going to demonstrate the sequence of the dummy, but without the dummy. We call this Da Hong Zong. Now we're going to have some question and answers. At this stage of training, there could be some misconceptions. Of course, we're learning new knowledge as well as more understanding of techniques. So we're going to have a few of my assistants have some questions for me, then we can clarify some of the misconception of the dummy training.
Okay. Yes, Ming, first question, how do you know what is the correct angle or what would be an improper angle?
Remember the three key concepts to the dummy level is the proper angle. This is one of them. In Silimtao, we don't turn, okay, it's because that we need to learn about center and establish centers so you understand the four gates. This is basic foundation. You learn how to stand before you learn how to walk. In Silimtao, would be a Silimtao response to the first technique of the wind dummy. Zhongsao. So if he comes in straight, the Zhongsao will be just going straight. But again, this is expression of Silimtao level. But in reality, you must have proper angles. So for example, right? Maybe if he throw me a curve punch, then this angle is not safe anymore. So I need to change. So where do we get the footwork and the angle from is Chumkyu. So you must combine the center reference of Silimtao to Chumkyu. Okay? Then even if he throws something off my center, I'm still okay. My hand's still on my center, but my angle changed. See, I still have a better position. If he comes with this, it doesn't work. So this is angles. Then we're talking about energy. So imagine my energy is going away from him. So this is incorrect. So I want to combine the explosiveness of Biuji, the angle, the footwork of Chumkyu, with the center line and the gates of Silimtao. Then when we combine that, then you have a nice set of equipments to work their combinations. So that's why the angle is so important. So a lot of time, one misconception of Wing Chun is that a lot of time when we practice, we always square up. For example, Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Dan Chi Sao, Chi Sao. You see, the problem is that we always square up. But in actuality, this is training methods. But in a real situation, okay, why do I want to square up with him? This is the angle I want. So right away, first thing you learn about the dummy teach you all these angles. You know, the forms of the Mo Yan Zhong doesn't teach you just staying here alone. Okay, you cannot just do all your technique in the middle. Okay, when you go off to the side, then this is for applications. So this is the proper angles. This is why it's so important.
Master Ming, my question is, what exactly are the consequences of either being too far or too close to the wind dummy when you're practicing?
Okay. Again, because this is set up it's a mold to set up for the Wing Chun system training, right? Being too far is a positional problem. Okay, if you're too far, too close. So the angles and the position, it's all interrelated. So distance is obviously one factor. For example, if I do the first movement, I pull the neck, and if I am too far away, you cannot do that. So when Chun going back to Silimtao, you learn that if you have a sixth gate correctly, you have ability to use two hands together simultaneously. So one of the problem with distance, if I stand more over front and the back, yes, I can reach further. Okay, I can hit you, but I can only touch you one hand at a time. Okay, so if I come in here and you give me a good flank, so now I'm one-sided and he's got two hands on me, so this is weak. And also, if you fight long distance, you have to be aware of that. It takes time to cover that distance. So Wing Chun is that we don't want to lose that part of the efficiency. You cannot be efficient if you have to travel long and waste a lot of time and use a lot of muscles. So distance becomes a very important factor. Sometimes your expression of the form may be like this. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. So in actuality, you're losing time when you do something like that. You don't have the luxury of just going in and out. So this is more refinements of distance. So this is very important because we stick. So if you watch this sequence again, we stick, continue make contact, we stick. And then what is the shortest distance for the next movement? Not from here to here. It's from here, boom. Then what is the next movement? It's from the lower arm to the upper arm. Then I make contact. Once I have contact, then I can redirect. So I don't have a distortion of giving away too much space, which means you give away too much time. You know, it would be something like this. So every time I lose contact, that means I lose control. So this is not the correct distance. So, but they all interact. The angles and the distance has to be worked together.
Mr. Ming, I notice you see different types of energies used on the dummy. Sometimes they're really, really hard, and other times they're really, really soft. Is there a specific reasoning behind that?
Okay, and good questions. Remember, this is a very good device for proper energy, but the energy does not come from muscles. So if I really want to bang this up, I will use a hammer. Why I want to use my arm? The power of Wing Chun comes from proper angles, ability to retain your center, and uprooting your opponents. Does not come from force against force. Force against force works if you're bigger. But one day we get old. You know, right now I'm still healthy, but let's say 50 years from now, a 250-pound linebacker want to pick a fight with me. Then I cannot use my strength to beat him. I have to use a smarter way. So Wing Chun is about understanding a better angle, so I can still protect myself even I'm weaker. One thing about using too much energy is that we don't use the dummy to condition our arm. If you want to, this is a method. I don't say no, because well, if a student needs to condition their hands, you can use it. But this is not this is the basic level, not the advanced level. Advanced level is that you get the right angle. For example, we have a lot of gan zam sao. So if we just like bang each other's arm, then it's good business for tik da zao. But for skill-wise, doesn't really serve a higher purpose. So what is a better position or better use of this time, for example? So who has a better position now? James?
Use it.
Yeah, I can hit him. See, I can move in and hit him. So this is why we try to get the better angle, not just kind of use our arm. But if you want to, hey, you know, this is basic training. We do need to learn what is the contact like when you hit your opponent's arm. But hopefully when we are advanced, when we make contact, your opponents feel the pain and we still relax. So we should not use too much force. But on the other hand, sometimes we talk about, well, in order to be sensitive, you gotta relax. But this is a stage of practice where you should already have the attribute of relaxation. So if you go too soft, it does not give you the feedback to your structure. So in order to see if your structure is good, you gotta have enough energy. Then the reaction come back to you. Then you can feel you have a good structure or not. So you cannot be too hard or too soft.
I had another question, Master Ming. This is in reference to when exactly is the Wing Dummy typically taught in the curriculum?
Okay, a question like this is really a question of methods. Now, any sifu is called sifu because they have enough experience and knowledge and so forth. So each individual sifu could have a reason to teach you a certain skill. When and how is based on really the individual circumstances. For example, for me, I teach the dummy even at the student top level. By the time they finish the 3 forms, in my school, they already finished the Wing Dummy. Because like I said, you cannot have equipment there and then say, wow, this is the most advanced training. And then you wait until years later to learn the Wing Dummy. There are no secrets. So the sequence, the numbers, when you learn it, it's really, you have to look at the practical side. This ultimately is a tool. You know, if you practice sitting tao without moving, the pak sao will look like this. If you talk about Tumkyu level, then the pak sao will be like this. But this is already something you can do on the dummy. So that's why when we say we get to the dummy stage, there are no new techniques. It's true. Each form represents a different concept. Okay, so this is a tool that brings the concept together and mold it where it become more efficient, better position, better angle, and save time. So this is part of the reason that really when you're gonna learn the dummy is based on the sifu's individual methods. So, but if you have to learn the dummy after you learn 5 years of Wing Chun, this is too long. Wing Chun is supposed to be practical. Or you say, well, we got some secrets here. There are no secrets. The more drills you have, the more complicated it is. That's why Wing Chun is based on principle and concepts. Okay, Silum Tao introduced all the principle and concept in my Silum Tao series. So if you understand those principal concepts, you can see what we do here is the same. There's no different. So this is the efficiency of Wing Chun again.
That's me. Thank you.
Mo Yan Zong ultimately is a tool, and there are no secrets. The way I teach it, even at my school, even my Silum Tao students start to use the dummy already. Because if you think about, let's say you want to go to a health club to get in shape, you don't wait until you get in shape, then you use the equipment. So this is an apparatus. So we have to be flexible. Sometimes if the student caught up with the numbers of techniques or the sequence, it's like having so many options in the car and then the cars don't even run. The important thing is that we need to know how to use this tool properly, which is with the right practice will give us an understanding of application based on attributes, right energy, and then the right angles. So with this, I'd like to thank you, my students, assistants, Savvy, JK, and James. And hope you enjoy the series.